Hey folks, welcome back. Tonight we're playing Myth of the Wind Age, Dungeon Worlds, powered by the Apocalypse. We are resuming. Let's quickly reintroduce the characters. So, Dram and Rufus, you guys want to introduce your characters? Guys?
There's bullshit talking him. I'm sorry, I was eating. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm Dram Stoker. And Stoker, I don't even know her.
Yeah.
And I'm the Flame Power Hunter. I'm always chasing a hot deal. Or talking shit. But only if the shit's a light.
All right, and Rufus?
Definitely.
I don't know if that's really good enough.
That's fine. Yeah, so he's a dwarven fire mage. Rufus, go ahead.
Well, sir, I'm Rufus the Ranger, and this is my best friend Skeeter the bear. He's my best bud, and well, we've been leading these people through the woods. I'm a furball. We have a good old time and some good old facial hair, and well, I'm just just trying to get by, boy from out of town, something along those lines. Ranger, cleric-ish.
Alrighty, and you guys...
There.
Okay, and so Veronica's currently making a character, so we'll introduce that character later. So when last we left off, the party was just arriving at the gates of Lancarfan, which is the shining city that is sort of like the capital of remaining human civilization. It's the center of the seat of power of the once mighty Caith Bruig Empire. Let's see. When as you guys are getting into the city, some members of the refugees that were traveling with you collapsed as they were, just kind of like coming up to the gate. Your Nen is one of the people that collapsed. What do you guys do about that? You also see that the Legion is marshaling outside. You see Captain Damas, kind of like going through inspecting the troops. They're obviously getting ready to march.
No, me Nan. Oh, Nan, what do you need? A protein-filled meal? Oh no, Nan.
So Nan, see, you approach her. You look over her, and she's pale, and she's kind of like wheezing a little bit, and she says, "Are you there? I can't see you." And she kind of is like rubbing her eyes, like she's got something in her eyes.
Look into the flames. And then I want to use the lore of flames to get answers.
Okay. Go ahead and stare into source of fire. Look for answers. Roll plus whiz. Okay. Something new and interesting about the current situation. GM will give you an impression. If you already know all there is to know, the GM will tell you that. Okay, so yeah, so you what exactly when you do the lore of the flame?
What's my wrong with my Nan, and what can I do to save her?
No, so what I was going to ask is how does the Lord of Flame work for your character? Like what does your character actually do to invoke that power?
Oh yeah, he sits cross-legged in front of a little fire, and he throws like little bits of like gunpowdery magnesium that like kind of burst and pop, and then he does like a little sage and smokes up the area, and then he does a little chant like and he channels, and then he looks into the fire.
Okay, so
his eyes glaze over, and then he sees something.
So you look into the fire, and almost as soon as you start the fire, as soon as you throw in the first of your powders, the fire like bursts up to a raging like bonfire. It just like shoots up into the sky for just a split second, and then kind of comes down again. And then there's just you see just flame and ash, and there's something shimmering at the center of it, like a jewel, and then darkness.
I try to reach for the jewel, but then it goes black.
Yeah.
Oh, the jewel. The jewel is the key. And I stand up. I say, what jewel?
Your nan starts coughing, and as she's coughing, like she has this kind of like productive cough with thick black mucus that starts to like come out of her. She's not like, she doesn't seem like she's dying, but it's just like her throat and lungs are full of this crap. It looks to you, Dram, because you have experience with this, it looks like almost like smoke inhalation is what the symptoms look like. And the mucus dries surprisingly quickly, though, like as she, kind of coughs it up. One of the gate guards sees you guys, tending to the sick, and he comes over to your party, and he says, "What's wrong with her?"
I don't know. Perhaps black lung or something?
Are you here to see the Avatara?
Could yes. Is she a doctor?
He says the Avatara are the sages, city sages, the priests of the light. If anyone can help her, it's probably them.
Oh, that would be. If you could point me in that direction, son.
He points. So he gestures for them to open the gate. It takes a second. They roll the gates open, and then the shining walls creak open, and he points directly. As you look in through the gate, there's this big broad avenue that goes down the center of the city, and he points directly down that avenue, and there's a tower, and he says, "You can't miss it. It's right there."
Come on, Nan. Ride me like a backpack. I'll run there.
So you have to help her. You guys have to kind of help her. And the Myrmidons are helping the other folks. As you guys are coming in through the gate, a messenger spots you. A royal courier spots you and comes up, approaches you, Dram, and says, "You're the Devil Slayers company, aren't you?"
Well, who's asking?
He says, "This."
Are we that?
It says, "This is I have a missive from Emperor Latreme."
Emperor Latrine?
Latreme.
Latrime. I know. Well, go on then. You didn't say it was from the Emperor.
He says, the Devil Slayer and his company are summoned to the royal court. Court will begin session immediately upon their arrival.
Oh, wow, for us? What did we do?
He shrugs. He says, "Do you want me to? Shall I tell him you're on your way?"
Soon. I've got to tend to me then, but then right after.
He nods and he departs. He walks up the avenue towards the royal palace. So you guys carry the sick folks to the temple of the Avatara. And there you see someone who you've seen before at court, Avatara Sardanak. Let's see if I have a picture of him. Here we go. You guys should see that handout pop up in Roll20, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is the guy on the left there is Avatara Sardanak. So you're greeted by this elderly man in kind of these like flowing robes covered with runes, and he's got this sort of conical but not quite wizard-like hat. He's dressed all in like blue and white. And he he says, it's you all. How can I help you? And then he looks and he sees Nan, and he says, bring her this way. And he leads you guys directly into like a side chamber where you can put her up on a table and he can look at her. And
Oh, Nan.
he starts to like do a physical on her, and he's looking at her, peering into her eyes, looking at her mouth and stuff like that. And he says, how long has she been like this?
Oh, just a day, right? Just a day. This just started.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
says, a moment of silence, please. And he holds his hands over her. And magic flows through his hands. There's this glow of blue-white light that sort of surrounds Nan. And he says, there's a presence about her, something inside her. He says, this is the work of the dark. It's no ordinary illness. I'm going to try using a mandrake root. And he goes into like a supply cabinet, kind of in an adjoining, like sort of in the back of the chapel complex area. And he pulls out this little brown, gnarly looking, kind of looks like a ginger root. And he takes it and he lays a hand on her and he sort of crushes the root in his other hand, and the blue-white magic absorbs it. And it flows into her. And she starts to cough violently, and writhe around, and Avatara says, hold her. And he grabs one of her wrists. What do you do?
I hold her.
Okay. So she starts like kind of thrashing around like mad. Like, she's very strong for an elderly woman. She's a dwarf, very stout, sturdy build, and you guys kind of struggle with her for a minute. And she starts coughing, and more of this black stuff keeps coming up. And then as the black stuff sort of like it's like pooling at first on the altar beside her, the table beside her, and it kind of dribbles down to the floor, and then it almost seems to kind of like float up into the air. And there's this dark cloud, like a cloud of ash that starts to form in the center of the chamber. What do you do?
I say, John Claude Nan, damn, what have you done? No, I was expecting this. I blast it with fire.
Okay. So you blast it with flame. The flame burns through it, and where the flame passes through it, there's still ash there. You do notice though that the way that your magic disturbs the ash, you see that there is a tiny ruby gem at the center of this dark cloud.
Oh,
but it sort of disappears from view. It's surrounded and subsumed into this amorphous shape.
Just like my vision. I try to grab it.
Okay.
Can I grab it, or does it disappear?
Yeah, so you try to grab it, it kind of disappears. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you're gonna roll me a defy danger dexterity. As you come toward this thing, you reach in and try to grab it, and the ash starts to like immediately, it's like burning hot, like it's just come out of a fire, and it immediately is like singeing your arm, and you see it blowing towards you, and it like tries to engulf you and like slide itself down your throat. So you can you want to try to grab the gem and let it, it's,
oh my God.
yeah.
Grab the gem and then concentrate like fire into it and try to create a feedback loop and like destroy it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say let's make a defy danger dex first to grab the gem.
Yeah, I rolled it. I got an 8.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a choice then. If you grab the gem, the creature is gonna hurt you, and you're also gonna swallow it. If you back off, you can get away from it and avoid harm. So it's your choice. Is it worth grabbing the gem to swallow this creature?
No, I don't. Can I destroy it on the inside of my body?
You don't know.
I don't know. No, I'm gonna avoid it. I'll try to avoid it.
Okay, so you backpedal, and the avatar starts to chant, and the ash starts to whirl around the room. Everybody, I guess everybody would be Rufus. I'm assuming you're tagging along with this party, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, so Rufus, make me defy danger, dexterity, as this thing sort of starts to swirl around the room. It tries to pull you in as well.
Big ads. I'm not that sort of fellow. Ha! Did you see that? He tried to touch me in my nethers. Oh, I didn't change it to Dex. I'm sorry. That might not be right. What did I roll? I rolled
Wisdom.
with wisdom, so it's 2 higher. Wait, no, that's adding 3 for some reason. I rolled a 6, and then it added a 1 and a 2. That should be right for Dex. So a 9 should be right, I think.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know
why.
I don't know where it got the other +1 from.
Yeah, well, the +1 is your wisdom. I'm not sure where the other 2 is from.
Or yeah, where the 2 is. Where?
Yeah. So you dash back out of this thing's reach, and you seem to have somehow, the way you're moving around the room, you've attracted its interest, and this cloud starts to float after you, following you. What do you do?
Oh shit! I heard full of hot air, but this ain't right. And I step away, and it just at this point seems to be air. Like it hasn't changed the shape, but it's like coming at me.
It is changing shape, so it's like sort of like imagine like a wind elemental, but it's like choked with choking smoke and ash.
Ooh, funky. Okay.
It's sort of like, it's not quite like humanoid. It's sort of like a little more formless.
All right. Well, Skeeter, get him, Skeeter. And we both start taking it, and I'm, tossing javelins at it.
Okay, so you throw a javelin at it. The javelin basically passes right through it because it's air. Like it has no like substance to it.
Oh my god!
The bear hesitates. You're commanding him to go forward. It's kind of going forward, but he's like, I don't know how to hit that.
Peter, back off! Come here, Skeeter.
Okay, he backs off quickly.
All right, I don't have any. For my next move, I start preparing to cast magic weapon on my bow.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Okay, so you start casting the spell. You're gonna have to be moving as you cast the spell. Where are you headed?
Well, I guess I'm just trying to get out of the path of danger. Is there any other innocents in reach here?
Okay, yeah. So there are other people in the tower complex. In sort of the central shrine area. It's not like heavily densely populated, but there are other like acolytes of the Avatar are around, and there are a few people that are like attending service, leading there's an acolyte that's leading a sermon of the light, kind of in the next chamber.
Okay. So I might yell out about there's a smoke elemental. I don't know, a smoke demon. Do I know? I guess I don't know shit. What the stuff? A dark spirit. And then I grab Skeeter, and we get back, and I'm keeping an eye out, telling people to get back, and trying to get the innocents out of the way as I back away and prepare to.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your spellcasting roll.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could do other. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. I shall indeed. I am casting magic weapon on my bow. Here you goes.
Okay, he enchants his
success, but not a good one. I will draw unwelcome attention to myself. I'll put myself in a spot.
Okay, so it's definitely it notices your magic. It's definitely taking an interest in you, and it sort of gathers up and clumps itself up, and just as you're finishing the spell, it comes rushing towards you. Dram. So this thing, what's that?
I was just saying, don't touch my hair.
Yeah. So, Dram, this thing rushes out of the room, chasing after Rufus as he's like stumbling, trying to cast a spell, concentrating while he's running. What do you do?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm
shit,
like,
shit!
where there's smoke, there's more smoke. And I sit down, cross-legged, and like I start to concentrate, and the room begins to grow dark, and then my eyes begin to glow red, and then my own smoke ash monster comes out of like my head. And
Okay.
floats over me, and I
Oh
go
my
into
God,
like
is that
some
where you
kind
were
of
keeping that
trance.
thing? Jesus
Wicked.
Christ,
Okay.
that in your head.
I go
So
into like some kind of trance as like everything gets dark and it accumulates in like fire and like smoke, and it like attacks the other one or something.
okay.
Yes.
So I think that's a Zuko style. Go ahead and roll me that.
Yeah, let's do it. Well,
Okay.
I think I found
Okay.
short-lived.
The effect is short lived. Okay, so you get one hit on this ash
Okay,
monster.
all right, I'll take it.
Go ahead and so I'll treat it as a hack and slash if that makes sense to you.
Sure.
Okay.
So do I roll hack and slash then?
Yeah.
Hack and slash is strength based.
Yes.
Whoa.
Okay. So you're hacking, slashing it with it. Rufus, your bow is ready. Are you going to loose an arrow?
Like before I cast, you mean, or
Oh, no, you finished casting the spell, so your bow's enchanted, so it begins to glow.
Okay, if I fire at it and all that happens is it glows, like.
Well, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. What does a magic weapon's bow look like?
Oh, I see. Well, you said not weird. It was where or weird,
It's word, like as in Weird Sister's word. WYRD.
Okay. Word. All right. So word is like a light thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's glowing light. It's like it's like the D&D cartoon. Like the bowstring is now like all light, and I draw back, and it's a light arrow, and I fire it.
Nice. Okay, go ahead and volley.
Alrighty. I say, uh-huh. Come here, baby. Come on now. No, Papa needs a new pair of shoes. Come on. That's a 9.
Okay.
That's something.
Okay, roll your damage and choose one of those options.
All right, and I'm gonna add 3 for Skeeter.
Oh, I'm gonna say that Skeeter's not gonna help you with this one because he's not an enchanted bear.
Oh man, I only roll a 1.
Skeet Street.
Right here on Skeet
Okay.
Street. Oh,
So you choose one of those 3 options. I'll give you a 4th option, which is you can hit the creature, but also hit Ahmed's Ash Spirit.
No. 1 damage ain't shit. I'll just I'll take what I can get. I'll take minus 1d6 damage, so I do 0 damage.
Okay. Yeah. So you fire this enchanted arrow blazing with light, and the creature kind of swirls like mist, and the arrow passes through it without striking it. And then it flows towards Dram. Dram, you're gonna take some damage. Let's see.
Really suck. Hey, this would be a great time for a new character to jump in. It would be super dramatic and useful. And you said you were be a cleric, and look, we're in a temple.
Give her a break. If she's still making her character, she's still making her character.
All right.
So Dram, you take 3 damage as this thing lashes out. It actually steals some of your essence, like your spirit that you've converted into ash has, it takes some of that away from you. What does it do to your psyche when it takes something away?
Oh, what kind of a person am I? Let me see.
Jeez, you lost the memory of your 6th birthday.
Oh no, I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like it's like taking away my masculinity, like losing hair.
Okay, so you losing all your hair.
It's like I lose dignity. I lose. Wait, I actually
Well,
lose my hair?
Well, so it's not a physical change, but you're saying you're it's taking away like your self confidence, or
emotionally affects me the
Okay.
same way it would to lose some hair or like
okay, got it.
lose a mole or old people problems.
Okay, yeah. So it takes away some of your confidence. It makes you more
My
hesitant.
youth.
Yeah. So that it takes that, it draws that away. And then Avatara Sardanak comes out and he starts chanting another incantation. And he says, "I'll hold it, shoot again." He's shouting at Rufus. And there's these sort of like this prison of light sort of comes up around it and surrounds it and tries to sort of contain it. And it's slowly kind of leaking through the bars. Rufus, are you going to shoot again?
Oh, you're Godgard, Darley, Goller, June, Gibber, de Harbor, de Huey, you bet.
All right, go for it.
I need a magic bear is what I need. God damn it, magic bears. Where do you get magic bears? Gosh darn it. Still is only a 7.
Okay, so
Is-
roll your damage and choose one.
Come on, give me some damage, baby. Come on. 2. God damn it. All right. Well, let's see. I guess I have to move to place the shot. I get put in danger. Danger, the GM's choice.
Oh boy. Okay.
2 points of damage, baby. Look out.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're exposed to some of the ash. So roll Defy Danger Con.
All right. I need to open it up so I can change it to con. Come here, you. There it is. Beep bop balooba. That didn't work. Come on. There we go. 9.
Okay. Off your worst outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. You can. I'll give you the choice that I'll give you is you can go at this creature and shoot at the heart of it and hit it and drive it away, but doing so will cost you your sight, at least for now.
Cost me my sight?
Yes, you're gonna take damage either way.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go blind. Shit, we don't have I don't know about a cleric appearing that's going to unblind me. I don't know.
I mean, you are at the temple of the clerics of the Cave Brewing Empire.
But to be fair,
right.
we have not seen them do anything useful yet. I mean,
No,
they pulled this garbage out of my Nen, but she's not healthy yet, so I don't know. They're not proven.
Okay, well, you got a split second to make a decision.
The light of the arrow grows so bright that it blinds me as I fire and kill the creature.
Oh no! So actually,
Destroy it, but I go blind.
no. So actually, what's going to blind you is the ash, the creature's ash blowing in your face.
Oh, Skater, help! Skater, be my CNI bear.
Okay.
I needed a CNI bear.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so you take 1 damage. You take 1 damage, ignoring armor. And the bear grabs you and drags you out, and so you're coughing and hacking, but the arrow flashes into the quick of this creature, and it sort of emits this crackling howl and flies up into the air like smoke rising into the morning sun, and sort of dissipates. But I should say dissipates. It sort of disperses itself over a wider area, and you see it kind of drifting away on the wind. Like you haven't destroyed it, but it's been driven back for now.
Oh, for the love of words, Skater, I'm blind. I'm blind, Skater.
Okay. Of the avatar,
Miranda got there.
do we have your character yet?
Hey, look who it is.
No, I'm not.
Hey,
I probably won't make it tonight. I just checked into the Comfort Inn in Nashville. We've been driving all day.
oh my goodness.
Oh, how's it going?
If I was alone, like I was driving down, Yeah, sure, I could do it, but not with my wife here. She doesn't want to listen to me yapping.
Gotcha.
Well, say hi for us at least to tell her that there's
Yeah. Well, she's like,
a
what do you
whole
guys?
crew
Oh,
here.
guys. Okay.
Say hi's
I'm
and
like, great.
hellos.
All right.
Greetings.
Greetings.
All right. I gotta
Hi.
let my wife in. All right. Here she comes. Awesome.
All the
I'm gonna
greetings,
be
of course.
right back, guys.
Okay.
Right.
Guess what? I have a character.
All right, perfect. Okay, so
Biggity back.
so let's do before we introduce you into the scene, let's do
Mhm.
your bonds. So
But I only have one bond, right?
okay, so you should have up to 3 bonds, I think, on your sheet as options. I'm not
Yes, there are
mistaken.
3 bonds. I just chose one.
Okay, so which bond did you choose? And with who?
Smells more like prey than a hunter.
Okay, who does that bond apply to?
Stroka.
Okay. We'll have to check with Dram about that when he gets back because he just went AFK. And then we'll give you guys Rufus, do you want to have a bond with what is your character's name, V?
Veranza.
Veranza, okay. Do you want to have a bond with Veranza?
What's your deal? Are you? Did you decide to be a druid or cleric? Or
I am a druid.
You're a druid. I love a druid.
Yep.
Sweet. We're all naturey and stuff. That's cool.
All naturey and
Oh, girl, we're totally gonna be hippies together. It's gonna be totally cool.
awesome.
Whoa. You're gonna get to know Skeeter. You're gonna love him. He's great. He's really great at parties.
Okay, so what is the nature of your bond with Veranza?
Oh, indeed. God, I just erased. Veranza is a kindred spirit.
Okay, nice.
I will teach her something new about nature.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds like a challenge. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and then when we get the other 2 back, we'll give those guys a chance to have bonds with your character as well. Veranza, you see all this going on. You're actually headed to the palace to attend this court session along with these other guys. You didn't not in their party, but you recognize them. You see all this chaos going on in the street as the Avatar and Avatara and the Devil Slayer's company are fighting this thing. Although you don't see the Devil Slayer himself, he's apparently not in evidence right now. But you know of these guys. And you also have important news that you're going to share with the court. You have had a vision. Let me see.
Vision.
Yes.
I have those every night, sir.
Oh.
I have to pull up my notes from the previous, I think. Okay, you receive an ominous vision, roll plus wisdom.
Oh, I can do that. It like, yes. How do I roll you?
So you just click on the where it says whiz if you already have the.
There we go.
Okay. Okay, so you got a success, which means you're going to choose one of these options. This is called a love letter. It's sort of like a metagame thing to get your character into the action. So you're going to choose one of these 4 options. First option is the spirit's whisper of a powerful new sorcerer among the Myrkridia. The Myrkridia are like beastmen that have been ravaging the world for ages. An animal spirit has been corrupted by the dark.
Okay.
You dream of Moagim, the faceless terror, or the ghost of Mazzarin, who's one of the first Avatara, appears to you with a warning.
Because I'm a druid, I'm going to go with an animal spirit has been corrupted by the dark.
Okay, very good. So you commune with the spirits, and they come to you in dreams in this particular instance, and they show you this vision of there is a great blackness, and there's dwarves wandering in the dark, and out of the darkness comes this crawling, enormous, poisonous spider. And it sort of sinks its way down into the fabric of the world. So that is the vision that you get. So you wanted to you sense sort of the monumental importance of this. So you've corresponded with the emperor and his high warlock Mazzarin, and Mazzarin wants to see you at court.
Got
Do we have Dram back yet?
Love you like I do.
Sounds like not yet. Okay, so we're gonna. So the Avatar are gonna take care of Drams, Nan, and the other folks. He performs the same procedure with the Mandrake root on each of the ill folk that he did with Drams, Nan. And this time he has that cage of light ready to sort of contain them, and he uses his magic to drive them out. So they sort of have this under control for the moment. And the Avatar tells you guys, go to the audience with the Emperor. I'll see to them, and I'll be along shortly.
Then I go to the Emperor.
Okay. Yeah, we are going to go to the court map. Just so you guys can see everybody's name on the screen here. I don't have player character pogs in right now. Give me 1 second to fix that. Let's see. Jack is not here currently. Coming from Silver Creek. Yeah, and sorry, Rufus, I haven't fixed your pog yet. I'll fix that at some point.
Oh, hey, no worries. I just thought you might be annoyed with the big elfy ears. I can't switch the token.
Yeah, I know. That's all right. We'll I'll fix it after the session.
Yeah, no big deal.
We have Skeeter and Rufus and Dram, and then Jack. Copy. Okay, can you guys see now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, I need to make an avatar, don't I?
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
Hold on.
A minute.
I found a picture.
Okay,
Oh, do I do? No, I need something a little more.
yeah, I plunked it in for you for now, just so you have some representation on the board until you get your thing uploaded.
That's fine. I think I'm almost got it. I'm just looking.
Okay, so you guys come into the court. The heralds announce you all as the Devil Slayers Company, and they announce you also, Veranza. How do they announce you? What titles do they give you? What deeds have you done that make you known in the court?
I am a druid Veranza from the depths of the earth, Flamebringer, and Snake Tamer.
Nice.
Snake tamer.
Perfect. All right, so they announce you thus as well. And then they announce the Crow Lords, Crow Lord Elwyn, Crow Lord Kalen, Crow Lord Ealdred, and then there is also Lady Drakarn. Let me put her on. And then there is Lady Veilthorn. Okay, and then Baladon is not present at this one. Okay, and then they have the Chamberlain. Okay, that's good. So And then there's actually one more person there who, let me see if I have a picture of him. Did it drop something? It didn't drop anything. Okay, well, the other guy there is this guy. I'll just show you his
I
picture.
cannot see because I'm still playing with my character look. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, I see him. That's the apprentice.
Yes, that is a Myrdrid, Mazzarin's apprentice, so he's in attendance as well. Sorry, I don't have a token for him here.
No.
Okay, let's see. So so you guys come in, and he calls on. Oh, I don't have a token for Damas either. So Captain Damas, who is the one of the commanders of the Legion, is in evidence. So he says, Captain, Lady Elowen, let's have your reports first. And Lady Elowen says, scouts report seeing Moagim and the Watcher doing some kind of magic up on the peninsula. We've sent out the Legion in force to try to pin them down and stop whatever they're doing, or we soon will. The Legion, they say the main elements of the Legion are marshalling now. We've asked our outlying units to delay them long enough for the rest of our army to arrive. And the Emperor nods. Myrkrid says, while we're worrying about the Fallen Lords, the Myrkridia keep popping up everywhere. I've been studying them, and I've made a discovery. They're not born in this world.
Okay.
They've been brought here from somewhere else.
Ooh, that's interesting. I put my icon in chat.
Okay, cool. I'll fix it after the.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. He says,
I just wanted to let you know.
He says, I've sent word to the Smiths and Mirgard, which Dram, you would know, is the largest dwarven city that's still around. It's southeast of here. To see if they can create some kind of artifact to send the Myrkridia back where they came from. There's Captain Damas also says, or sorry, actually, there's one more person I forgot here. Connaught the Wolf, who is the commander of the I forget what they're called, the armies of Gower, the guys that you fought with, the spearmen and berserker warriors that you guys fought with when you defended the city of Gower in the first battle. So he's this big, like, barbarian hulking looking dude with all in fur and pelts and so forth. He comes up and he says, we spotted the Ogair work gangs south of the Yol River. We can't lose sight of the potential threat of the Trow. We know their forges have been active in recent weeks. And Damas and Elowen are, as he's saying this, they kind of nod, and then they start conferring with the Chamberlain. He brings somebody in, and they start like shuffling around. They've got this big map of the empire that they have, kind of in the center of the chamber. And they've got little like figures that they're moving around, and they take out a larger figure, like the normal figure is like the size of like a pawn in chess. He takes out this bigger, like fist-sized figure, and he puts it over on the Yol River where the Trow are. I'll put you guys on the map so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, can you guys all see that?
Are here.
Yep. So actually, that's not accurate. You guys are now here.
But it's still fun.
All right, so you guys can all. So you guys. So the Gill River is over here, up in the northeast. On the other side of the Dire Marsh from you guys, which is where you fought the Myrkridia before. And so they drop a big Trow token, a big fist size like chunk of wood to represent the Trow active near the Gill River. And he said, Connaught is saying, we know their forges have been active in recent weeks. And Mazzarin, who's the high warlock in the back, sitting at the right hand of the Emperor, says, "There's one other thing that might be of interest to you. It's, well," he says, he looks over at the you guys and he says, "The company of the Devil Slayer. I understand that he's indisposed, so we'll send him a message separately. But your company can help us with any of these problems. The Myrkridia, the forces on the peninsula, the army that we're sending there could probably use your aid. You could help us scout the activity at the Gower River and engage the Trow, see if it's possible to defeat them or how to defeat them. And there's one other thing. It's a gamble, but if it succeeds, it could be instrumental to the Empire's continued survival. Myrkrid," he gestures to his apprentice, "thinks he may have found the location of Mazzarin's tomb."
Oh.
So Mazzarin, as you know, is the first Avatara, and with him there will be some powerful magical artifacts buried. If we can locate the tomb, if what Myrkrid found is correct, then those artifacts may help us in our quests against the Fallen. And Myrkrid goes and starts rifling through his book. Let me pull out the notes that he has.
It is.
Let me see if I can.
It is a minute. Oh, people. Thank you.
I don't know if I ever actually wrote down what his. So he's got he found this little like poem that's referenced in an ancient like epic that it talks about the tomb of the Avatara being placed where the world as it was at the beginning. And he says,
Cool.
"There's only one place that I can think of that matches that description, and that's Forest Heart." So you could travel to Forest Heart, or we could send a party to Forest Heart to search for Mazzarin's tomb. And then you also have your news, Bronza. Would you like to give that news?
Do we have what's his name back? Ed, are you back? Hello?
Who's Ed?
Nobody's dead.
Ed.
Oh, Ahmed. He apparently is not back. I mean, do you want me to wait for him or
Let's go ahead and give the news. We can give him a recap when he gets back.
okay. To everyone here in the court, I bring grave news of one of my children. The spiders have turned to the dark.
There's a lot of like nervous looks between the members of the court. The Mazzarin says, "Explain."
Does she mean she's the mother of spiders? I whispered to the guy next to me.
"I don't know," says the Crow Lord. What's his name?
What happened was as I was dreaming, I saw my beloved turn away from me and sink deep, deep into the darkness. Mr. Eight Legs was such a good guy. And such a great, great companion.
The Emperor looks like he scowls at you, and he looks like he gestures, and he's like, "Who is the?" He turns to Mazzarin. He's like, "Who is this?" And Mazzarin holds up a hand to stay the Emperor's. And he says, "She is a respected. She's a highly respected druid of the Circle of the Serpent and the Flame. And this vision I think we can suppose is
Oh,
genuine.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. She's got very high pedigree, but very high caliber. She's how they say verified. Ain't that right? She's verified. She's got high pedigree, you know. And such. I don't know if there's documents and such, but you know, she's bona fide, is what I'm trying to say. She's bona fide.
Thank you. Thank you, Rufus. I am just thinking of my darling Mr. Eight Legs. But to
Oh, yes,
know that
sir.
somebody has taken my child into the darkness, we
That's a real
must,
shame.
we
Real
must
shame.
figure out how we can stop this. I do not need any more of my children to go to the dark side.
So the you guys have too many quivers and not enough arrows, as the saying goes. So what does the party want to do? The Emperor says, you know, you can help us with any of these issues. We will happily accept your service and we'll compensate you and offer you simple supplies.
I would like to wait for Ed
Okay.
to make a
That
decision.
means lots of ammo, because I'm gonna need lots of ammo. All right.
Okay,
Do
let's
not worry about that.
all right, let's take a quick like 10-minute break.
Yeah,
I
let's
will
take a
update the
quick break.
pogs.
Yeah.
We can step
And
away for a
then
minute.
You
I
got it,
will
baby. She's bona fide. All right.
I'm
She's
bona
bona fide.
fide.
Just keep that
I'm
in
bona
mind.
fide. And I look at you with your bullets and everything, and I go, do not worry. I will make sure that the underworld gives you the materials you need.
Man, I love that underworld. You know, I'm a big rock fan. I really like rocks. I
Yeah,
really like rock. I mean, I'm not
I mean,
mentally
my
retarded or
Mr.
nothing, but I like rocks.
Slithersons likes the rocks too. He keeps them very especially when they're warm. But Mr. Slither McSlitherson,
When they're warm, when the rocks are warm.
when the
I really,
rocks, well,
I
you
like
got to
when the rocks
remember,
are warm. I keep them in my pockets
I
until
keep
they're
them in my
warm.
pockets and all that. No, because I'm in the depths of the earth, because that's
Yeah,
the born of
yeah.
the soil
I got
depths of the
you.
earth.
I
But
got you.
I want to be like this.
No problem.
I
No
have
problem.
like this very strong thing, but all of my like familiars and everything, or all of my buddies, are just weird names like Mr. Slither McSlitherthins or Mr. Egg.
Oh, I'm really excited. This is gonna be great because I've got animal empathy. I can talk to any kind of aminals.
Oh, I
I
also
know them all. I can talk to all of them. Can you talk to aminals?
yes, I can.
Oh man, we're gonna go out. We're gonna have such a time. Let's go out and have a tea party with the animals. That's gonna be fun.
Well, I will make sure that I also have the ants from the underworld
Well,
carrying us a picnic all the
I don't know.
time.
That sounds dangerous. They are supposed to be bad luck at a picnic. I don't know, but
Oh no, not when they're carrying the stuff for you.
all right. I'll take it from you. You sound like you know what you're talking about.
I have no fucking clue. Oh, how
Well,
do I do this
Okay, you have a
again?
token. I added your token to your sheet.
Yay.
So you should be able to. Let me give you vision and all that stuff. What species is your character actually?
Elf.
Okay, so you are what's called the Fearbolg, which are the elves of this
Yeah.
setting.
I was like when I was going through the Dungeon World PDF, I was just like, we'll go with elf.
Yeah, okay.
I'm back.
About damn time.
Welcome back. Let me give you the same vision as Rufus. So we're taking a quick break, so we got another 3-4 minutes if you wanted to get a coffee or anything.
It's about damn time. In a minute, I'm gonna give you sentimental man and woman to pump thee up.
It was cold in our fucking room, so my wife's just snuggling underneath the sleeping blanket we brought with us.
I'm like living in my basement with like 7 heaters.
Yeah, we got that, and then let's do Rufus's bug as well.
Knick knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man keep rolling home. Alright, I have to do my settings on this. Audio and video. None. That's fine. But how do I take off? No.
Okay, perfect. All right, do we have everybody back?
I think so, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure that for some reason it's asking me to join voice or video even though I have it all turned off, which is stupid.
Yeah, I get that too.
I'm here just stuffing my face.
Everybody.
All right. So, we can take this one off. Now. There we go. And yay. So at Drum, we have two things for you. Are you there?
Aye.
I
They
have
better
a
be a
bond
pipe.
with you.
Wait, what? Oh,
I have a
yes, what's my bond?
You smell more like prey than the hunted. The hunter.
Oh. Okay, like pray like to God?
No, like prey like you're a mouse, I'm a cat.
I'm just gonna say that you mean pray like to God.
You think it's that.
So what's the? I want to know what's the cause of this smell. What gives them that particular scent?
Just what he does or how he is. It seems very. I don't want to.
Is it because he lost his confidence to the mist creature?
Yeah, because it's like basically you let an animal like I'm close to animals. Animals are great. They're my partners, but we're like the apexes of them. So how could you do that with an animal?
Okay. And then Dram, you have an option to establish a bond with Veranza as well, if you would like.
Okay, yeah, no, I will, but I'll wait.
Okay.
And then for you to know with my character as well is my born of the soil is the depths of the earth. To show this, I actually have flame tattoos on my arms, my forearms. I do have 3 antitoxins with me. And my armor isn't showing up anywhere on my character sheet.
Oh, that's rude.
And I don't know how to change it.
Let me see. I think you just have to fill it in the front of the sheet. I don't think it automatically picks it up from your gear or anything.
It doesn't, but I can't click into that at all.
What is your armor supposed to be?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So when if you follow the PDF, there's a section called gear. If there's
You've almost assured.
Okay, it says you have hide 1 armor, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so that's your armor.
1 armor on your first page. It just takes 1 off of total damage.
Yeah,
No
and then
big-
then I have the staff.
Weight or whatever. You have a certain amount of weight based on your strength.
I can do it's 6 plus strength.
There you go.
So, but I chose the 3 antitoxins, which are 0 weight, and then my staff is 1 weight. It's close two-handed. And then my 3 advanced moves are bark skin, that as long as my feet are touching the ground, I have +1 armor. So that's 2. And then I did shed, which if I take damage while I'm shapeshift, I can revert back to my natural form and negate the damage. And lastly, I have the elemental mastery of fire. And if I do that, I do my roll wisdom. If I get the 1, 2, 3, which is effects that you desire may come to pass, avoid paying nature's price, and retain control.
I can't figure out. I'm messing with your sheet. I can't figure out how to fill in the
Yeah.
armor either.
Yeah, that's what it was weird, but as long as my feet are on the ground and I'm not being like held somewhere, it will be 2.
Did you
Okay,
remember
got
to
it.
add 3 attribute points? Because you get an attribute point
Yes,
every time. Okay, cool.
I did. I upped my intelligence by 1 and my wisdom by 2.
All right, so
Sweet.
let's get Ahmed, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
so
here.
quick recap of what we just covered at court. So, there's reports that the 2 of the fallen lords, Moagim, the Faceless Terror, and the Balal, the Watcher, are doing some kind of magic ritual up on the peninsula north of the Dire Marsh. And there's an army that's marching out there to fight them and try to take them out. So you guys could help that army. That's one option. The Myrkridia are coming from some other world. They're not natively born in this world, apparently, according to Myrdrid. So he's sent to the Smiths of Mirgard to see if they can create some kind of artifact to send the Myrkridia back where they came from. So you guys could go to Mirgard and talk to the Smiths if you wanted to. Connaught the Wolf from Gower says that there are Ogier work gangs, which are the servants of the Trow giants south of the Gyol River. And their forges have been active. So you guys could scout out the Trow threat. And Mazzarin says that his apprentice Myrdrid thinks that the tomb of the first Avatara, Mazzarin's tomb, is in Forest Heart, according to some research that he's done. So you guys could travel to Forest Heart and plunder the tomb for artifacts that could be useful in any of these battles. And then there's also
the closest one, right? Forest Heart is directly south of us. It's kind of the closest. I mean, south of the Gower River, I guess, could be stretched a lot. I guess there's a lot south of the Gower River. You mean fairly close to the river on the south shore?
So they're so they're here, right where this undead marker is actually.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's
I haven't put down a Trow marker yet, but there's Trow there.
I wasn't sure which tokens were important and which weren't. I'm sorry.
So everything that's on the map signifies something except for your player character pogs.
I got you. Thank you.
Let me actually have a pog for the Trow. Give me 1 second. There's the Trow.
Yeah, I think revoting. I'd like to go to. Are those only 3 choices?
So I think it listed like 5 things. So there's the magic ritual. There's the
my brain
smithy. There's the Trow. There's the tomb of Mazzarin, and then you guys could also investigate the dark spider spirit that Bronza brought in.
Oh, that's 4. Okay, so
I counted 5.
And the dungeon in the Forest Heart where we get artifacts. Did you say that one?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Was that? I want to go. Yeah, I want to go to the marsh.
Okay, so you want to find the tomb?
Yeah, I that's what I'd like to do anyway. That's my vote.
That was mine.
Tomb diving. Yeah. I want to go to the forest, man. I like forests, man. Forest, run, forest. I really don't care. Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like I feel like this is my brain goes meta, and so I don't want to go too far away, I guess.
So the way with Dungeon World, there's
on a big map like this.
Yeah, so with the in a normal D&D campaign, things kind of run a set course. With the way Dungeon World is, whichever issue you neglect is going to get worse. So choose wisely.
Well, that's interesting because you said we've got an army going somewhere. So that means like
Right. So the army. I actually didn't mark that. Let me mark that. Hold on.
like should we like as you know, I don't know, that maybe that's not as, or maybe that is
There you go. So you
climactic.
guys can see the faceless terror, Mogim's fog. Does that? So that's where
Yeah.
the army's going.
But the army right now is where we are.
Yes.
They're marching from here. Okay.
So they're
Um,
going that way. So why don't we go look for the tomb? Because
Well, it's the opposite direction.
Yeah, the tomb's down here.
Yeah, yeah. The army's going to go up here, right? Up yon, northeast. And I don't
right.
know, they're not going to help us with this situation. Like along the way, they're just going direct, and they couldn't be swayed to like give us a week to like. And I guess that's absurd.
Well, you could bring that up with the court, or you could talk to Damas or Crowlord Erlowen, who are the commanders of the Legion.
I mean, guys, it's totally on the way. I'm probably not the best character to convince them.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
I
What we could do is we could advise them in a sense that we may need a small, like, I don't want to say like you can do a squad, I guess it is, and that's what I'm trying to think of. But like a small squad to come with us, because what we could find in the tomb could really like
No, the tomb is
change.
something different. Well, that's to the south of us. There's this forest directly to the
Right.
south of us that's got a tomb, and we could find some artifacts there.
Well,
But the
the
army right now is
artifacts.
going northeast,
Mhm.
and along that path, if you look, going along the northeast, we have one of these undead tokens because there's some shenanigans going on here. Just like over the south of the Gold River over here, dealing with this, and these are like the possible giant allies. Possible giant allies. I don't know if they were more stressed as possible enemies or allies.
Yeah. So when you guys talk about it, Mazzarin elaborates on that. He says the Ogair are another race of giants that is enslaved to the Trow. They were defeated long ago in a great battle on the steppes.
They're just more hirelings. They're just more.
Yes,
baddies.
they're formidable in their own right, but they are chained.
All right.
They
so
serve the
that's just
Trow.
other bad news. So I mean, there's So my point is again, you get to see this in the movie, right? They send the army off, and no one ever sees of them again.
Well,
Whereas
that's
if
their
we
own fault.
maybe, no, that you're right. I mean, what couldn't be blamed on us? But I mean, he did just say that in this type of a game, the thing you ignore gets worse.
Right.
There's a
So
lot
what
of
I'm
stuff
thinking,
going on
but what
here, so-
happens if someone else goes to get the artifact?
Oh, there's no
And-
other adventuring party here. I mean, I think he means I don't think the tomb's going to get much worse. Generally, it's these other things where we've got people that are living along that river that are going to get smashed, and then coming here. They're all coming here eventually. Presumably, they're coming this way. That's why we're sending the army to stop them.
The Emperor looks to Mazzarin and says, if this group chooses not to go to Forest Heart, how do you think a conventional army unit would fare? And Mazzarin says, I'm sure they could face whatever threat they found there, but I don't know how much luck they would have in finding the tomb.
Mm.
So they think of it as very like a very important thing. They're like they feel certain there's some cool.
No, so what Myrkrid said is he thinks it's important, but it's a long shot, essentially.
Okay.
That long shot is.
Oh, the army is not trained for this kind of thing. That's the point.
Right.
No,
Right.
yeah,
I think that was what he meant. He's saying that
them.
they fight. They don't search for tombs. They don't know what to look for. They don't know tracking. They don't know the kind of things that we know.
Right. Not like you guys. Yeah.
We were not.
That's the point.
Nobody was. I don't think any. I think she was just confused. Nobody was trying to convince the army to go search for the.
No.
tomb.
I don't want the army. But what I'm saying is that okay? How likely is it that the army is going to get wiped out if we don't go with them immediately?
No, but that's a good question, but it brings up another like kind of concept here. The army is made to fight, You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so whatever they're facing is the thing that needs the least attention, right?
That's what I'm
Like,
thinking.
yeah, no, let them do their job. And we should pick one of the other things because the other things have no attention at all, which means like putting any energy into any of those could yield, will yield different results. You know what I mean? Whereas if we just back up the army, it's just going to be, it might just be overkill. It's not necessary. Let them let them kick it.
So which of the goals do you think is the one we should go for? You said marsh, which one's the marsh?
So the Dire Marsh is kind of in between you guys and all the things that are up on the north side. Yeah.
So we're kind of going that way. Okay, sure. And we've got these 2 undead unit kind of things going on here, and the ogreish things.
Yeah. So these are the Watchers, or elements of the Watchers' armies are around the Gill River. The Trow have also been spotted crossing the river over in this area, or at least their servants have been. And then these guys are up on the peninsula up here.
High speed? Can we get to them pretty quick along the river? It looks like the river goes right to them. Am I
We could,
incorrect about that, or
so
is that a
if we
road or a
go
river?
and do
Is it a river
the
right there?
Dire Marsh, once that is done, we could check in on the armies that are going northish or northeastish, right? And if we see that they're doing okay, we can always come down to the Forest Heart.
So you're proposing traveling with the army first. I just want to clarify that I understood what you're saying. So you're proposing you guys travel with the army first up through the Dire Marsh and to the peninsula, and then if the army's faring well, then you guys are going to go do a different quest.
Like split off or something?
I don't know what you meant either. Is that what you
No,
meant?
like what I'm saying is, so you were stating that someone said the Dire Marsh, right?
Right.
Is
So
that where the army is going?
No,
the army is going through the Dire Marsh on the way to the area up north, which is up here.
The map here, Dire Marsh right yonder, and you see these guys are our little undead markers for baddies.
Okay.
And then this is
Yeah,
like
but
our
this is what
ogres
I'm
that are with
saying
them.
is if we
This is
go,
what I'm saying. Okay.
like, let's see, like, we can go with the army to the Dire Marshes, right?
No,
Fight the
they're going. They're not going to the Dire Marshes. They're going up here to get this guy right here.
Right, but
And so they're not.
if
They
we're
don't want to come
here,
with us there.
wait, okay.
So it's worth mentioning. Captain Damas says that the Devil Slayers Company have already entered the Dire Marsh and dealt with the majority of the Myrkridian threat there.
Okay, so what's the primary goal in the Dire Marsh? If they've sort of kind of handled it, you're saying, but not really.
So there's no quest right now in the Dire Marsh.
Okay.
The Dire Marsh is just there on the road to
Which one did you want to go?
their
Tom?
objective.
I thought you said Marsh. What was it? Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, there was of the 3, one of them goes through the marsh, right?
So there's 2 different marshes: the Dire Marsh, where you guys fought the Myrkridia before, and then Forest Heart, which is where the tomb is, which is the opposite direction.
That's where I want to go. The tomb.
Okay.
See, that's what that's why I got confused.
Okay, all right, I got you. So Forest Heart is actually a marsh. Okay.
Yes.
Parts of it are, yeah.
I got you. Cool. All right, so our options were where the army's going, which we feel like is not necessary. Let the army take care of it. We've got the tomb that's to the marsh and forest to the south of us, which is pretty close.
Yeah.
We've got the issue just south of the Gower River with the ogres and the undead, but you're saying the Dire Marsh is okay. What were the other 2 options?
It was the tomb, it was the army, it was the other undeads near the 12 days.
I was asking.
So it's the tomb, it's the army, it's the Trow, it's the Dark Spider Spirit, or it's the artifact to fight the Myrkridia.
That was mine.
Your quest, yes. Got to remember your own quest. That's key.
Well, yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's the whole thing. But what I'm saying is I think what we have, like, what we could possibly locate in the tomb could help us with everything.
Fucking awesome. Let's do it.
I agree, says
let's
Myrdred.
find the tomb. Let's go dungeon delving.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I mean, that's what we're made to do.
Delving.
So
Hell yeah, let's do it. Fuck, it's close. Let's do it. Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Dungeon delving. Gower, yeah. Woo. So we yeah, let them do their thing. We will go and find artifacts to defeat the undead lords. Fuck them.
yeah.
Fuck them.
So so you guys, sounds like a party decision is you guys are going to Forest Heart. You guys have the option, you can set out right away, or you can spend time preparing, which gives you a bonus on some of your rolls, but obviously you're spending time in the city, so things can happen.
Fuck time. We're not even injured. None of us are injured. Obviously, they're going to give us rations. They're going to give me some fucking
I
ammo.
don't need
right? They're going to give me
rations.
some
Woohoo!
serious ammo. These mother truckers. They better
Okay,
give me
yeah,
some
so-
fucking arrows.
So, the question is, how much ammo can you carry? They'll give you as many arrows as you can carry.
I ditch my spear. I've got those weird poison those new barbed, what were they, barbed javelins.
Yeah.
But besides
Captain
that,
Damas says you should leave one of those with the Avatara.
everything else, a hunter's bow, leather armor, and that's it. My bundle of arrows, nothing else. Adventuring gear. In fact, I'm almost out of rations. We better get some fucking rations before we're out of here. I'm out basically.
Okay, yeah, so they'll give you guys each 3 rations if you would like.
Split my rations up with the other guys. I don't need rations.
Oh, that's neat. Do it.
So you spend a okay.
No, because my whole that I don't have to eat.
Oh right, that's your character's. That's a druid special
That's
thing,
my-
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a special thing. I don't need to eat.
Okay.
I get off the life essence of the earth. I'm one of those. They actually are people too that are absolutely insane that think that you don't have to eat anything or drink anything. You can just get essence off of the universe.
She's got roots in her feet.
So an ammo is weight 1. So I could take on another 2 ammo. I've apparently, because I took on a bunch of javelins, and you said they had a weight. You said we had three full ammos of those barbed javelins. So how does that work out? Who's got those?
So you have those all currently, unless you guys say otherwise.
Okay. All
I
right,
can
yeah.
hold. I can be a pack horse for a little bit.
That's fine. Sure. I mean, I'm just talking out loud here. Does anybody
Right.
else have like a ranged volley attack does anybody have a +1 dex at least? Either one of you. I mean, you've got your fire, and what are you're basically going to attack by being like big bears or things, or what are you
My form is actually a snake.
Okay, you don't need any arrows or nothing like
Nope.
that. So all right. So I don't even know why I've got so much fucking weight.
It-
Adventuring gear only weighs 1. Bundle of arrows only weighs 1. Leather weighs 1. How on earth am I at 11 out of 11? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, let me see. I gotta do some. I totally know how to do
Russ,
addition. You shut
Yeah.
your mouth. 1,
meta question.
2, 3, 4,
What I turn into,
5.
does it have to be an animal from
Oh, my
our
I'm an idiot. Sorry,
thing?
my bad.
From
Like, does it have to be like if I wanted to say my form is a chimera?
oh, yeah, you know what? I could say I feel like that should be allowed. Why not? You're not gonna. Yeah, I mean, you get a roll for that form, and then I choose the
Right.
powers for that form. So depending on what kind of form you choose, I'll give you certain abilities. I don't see any problem with that.
The only reason I think that is like when I'm playing Monster Hunter, Lunastra, and Teostra, they're like lion dragons,
Yeah,
but
no,
their Teostra is from the under, like
okay, yeah, you can.
Wally.
I'm gonna say you can absolutely turn into a lion dragon if you want to.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Sweet.
All right.
So I guess I've got as much ammo as I can carry. I've got a full arrow ammo, and I've got apparently 3 barbed javelin ammos. I've got a lot of barbed poison javelins. I guess poison never helps. We're going up against undead, and like I'm using all the poison. That's never going to help against the undead, is it?
You never know.
Are they immune?
This isn't D&D.
Yeah, the Captain Damas says the undead have been known to have living servants from time to time, but they're not common, as you might imagine.
So should I just switch to arrows? I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What does the barbed? They're barbed and they poisoned. I presume poison's not going to help against the undead.
It
But
might
what does
not,
barb
but
do
the
anything?
barbing would.
Does it? Well, I mean, what is their deal? They're just a standard ranged, but maybe not as long, or
I would think that a barbed javelin, like if you're thinking of how it's used, it could actually pierce, because
Yeah, so
I'm just asking the DM.
so it'll still
Yeah.
do your normal volley damage. It just won't. The
Okay.
poison
No
won't have any
negative
effect on undead creatures. Yeah,
versus aren't like arrows. There's no negative. Okay.
yeah.
yeah.
I guess
So
it doesn't matter. I've got
so in narrative terms, there are differences. So like you could fight in melee with a javelin. You can't really fight in melee with a bow. A javelin's gonna be thrown rather than shot, so it kind of has like a shorter range. So if you wanted to do like long distance shooting, you really would have trouble with that with a javelin.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a bundle of arrows, so I kind of
Right.
never run out of arrows. I just only have one extra ammo that I can use for the the problem, the 7 to 9 problem.
Right.
Mm.
That's all I'm getting. I've got technically I have infinite arrows, but I've also got anyway. And the point is, I'm fine. Never, don't listen to me. We can move on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
I've
let's.
got it figured out finally.
Okay, so are we ready to?
10 hours here.
Are we ready to undertake a perilous journey?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
When you travel through hostile territory.
No,
No.
wait.
Wait.
No, sorry.
No, my
Oh.
nan. What happened to my nan?
Oh, so
Everybody.
okay.
remember
Good
to
question.
do rations.
So
Everybody take on your five rations.
I don't.
Oh,
Avatar Sardanak comes into the court, as everybody else is kind of wrapping up and you guys are getting ready to leave. And Emperor Latreem says, "There you are. Where have you been?" And Avatar Sardanak kind of frowns over at you guys because you were supposed to tell the Emperor. And he looks up at the Emperor and he says, some of the refugees from the 12 Duns were afflicted by a strange illness. I believe that it was actually a creature of the dark, a new type of creature that we haven't seen before, that struck them possibly sometime during the battle, and it hid itself like invisibly within their lungs, and traveled with them until it reached the city walls, and there it decided to attack them, or perhaps their bodies rejected it. I believe they're undead creatures only because the mandrake root was able to drive them out.
God, that's horrifying. Can we have some mandrake? That probably doesn't weigh much, right?
Avatar says, the Avatar says, the supply is limited, but I can give you each one of them if you think that would help you on your journey.
I mean, it might. I would take. It sounds.
I
mean,
would take a mandrake and
I'll take
shut
a
up.
Okay.
mandrake. Yeah, I'll take a mandrake and shut up. Sure.
Okay, so the mandrake root. So everybody write down in your gear that you have a mandrake root. I'll find the exact rules for it later, or if it becomes important. But basically, it's a single-use healing item. The Avatar holds up the mandrake root, shows you crush the root, and you speak the incantation. He makes you guys memorize the incantation, kind of like this really brief humming chant that you do, and then you touch the person that you're treating, and the energy from the root is transferred to that person, so the root will crumble into dust, and that person will be healed. He says they're also effective against some types of undead. The healing energy will destroy them, or at least harm them.
Like you just have to touch them with it, or
So what you're saying is my nan's fine.
He says yes. Your nan is recovering. She will tend to her. She should make a full recovery.
No, Graham is a bad bitch. I mean, damn, she just pulling all
So
kinds.
he says he says you can see her before you leave if you would like, but she's resting.
Does adventuring gear include like?
All right, yeah, I go see my nan, and I tell her I'm going off on a perilous journey.
She says,
Who'll say so?
"Did you take your? Are you bringing your coat? Did you remember your coat?"
Nan, I can make fire out of my skin when I light myself up. Don't worry, I won't get cold.
Just bring a coat. You never know.
fine. And I go get the coat she made me, the fire retardant coat she made.
There you go. Okay. Add that to your gear, fire retardant coat from Nan.
All right, yeah. I put it on. It's a patchwork, but
Okay.
Obviously,
I feel
planned,
embarrassed.
but
But she gets glassy-eyed.
Yeah. And she says, "Be careful." She says, "Have fun storming the castle." All right.
Look at the
I
baby
won't have any
going.
fun.
Look at
It's
the
all
baby
business
going. I'm like sitting in the background. Oh, look at the little drum going off into battle.
All right. Let's go. Let's undertake our perilous journey. When you travel through hostile territory, choose.
Yeah.
What's that?
Let me do my May I lead so that I can use my special ability? I think she's.
Yeah. So one person scouts ahead. One person is the quartermaster. So you need to designate a player to roll for each of those things. And
Okay, so when we
sorry,
undertake
there's a
perilous journey,
there's a
we
scout,
will-
a trailblazer, and a quartermaster. So all three of you, one of you will have to do each duty.
Guys, we rock. We have 2 furbolgs with us, which means we can just each of us can take a roll, and both of us just count as though we got a 10 plus. That's how
So you-
badass we are. Aren't you glad you're friends with these hairy people?
That's pretty good.
Yes.
You guys know the wild, and
Yeah.
you don't know Forest Heart perhaps as well as you know the Airmine, which I think is where the Furbolg are from, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you guys are from off to the west.
Better.
But yeah, you guys are expert wilderness trackers.
All right, I high five Veranza, and we get about taking them under our wings. These sweet little ones,
Oh,
these
the
sweet
sweet
summer
little
children.
babies.
Our sweet summer children. They're so gentle.
I know.
All right. So you go ahead and so you guys get automatic 10s on the rolls, is what you're saying for
Yeah.
your survival. Okay.
The rolls we could take
So
up
which-
2 of the rolls.
So which 2 jobs are you taking? And which job is Dram taking?
Well, Dram's gonna do quartermastering, I guess.
Okay, so Dram, roll wisdom for quartermaster.
It's all right. If we have to eat, we have to eat. That's not a terrible thing.
I don't eat.
I know. She doesn't eat. She's great. You take her everywhere.
Okay.
She's a cheap
Yeah.
date. She's fantastic. I'm gonna marry this girl. What are you talking about?
No, you're not.
All right, I'm gonna.
I talk to your daddy. I tell you, furball.
Okay, so Dram, you can reduce the number of rations your party uses by 1. I'm gonna say it takes you guys 3 days to get to Forest Heart. So Forest Heart, think of like the great redwood forests in California. You know, these are the original trees that were here when the world was young. These things are, 1,000 feet tall. They're these great monoliths that are as old as the earth itself. And there's something, as you guys travel southward, crossing the open plains and come into I want to say the shadow, but you guys are coming from the north, so you're not really in shadow. But as you come into the as this forest towers above you, as you guys close with it, and there's just darkness beyond that perimeter, like the canopy completely covers everything, and so you're shrouded in shadow as you find a pathway into the forest.
Can me and Veranza, we both can speak and understand animals.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay.
Can we like talk to the local area, just like have a nice tea party,
Yeah, okay. So there's
have a great little get together. We'll have a Disney party, we'll have all
so the forest is teeming with life. What kind of animal do you want to talk to?
Oh gosh, just a large variety. I mean, we should definitely get some birds in there, don't you think? Get some birds.
Well, I think what I can do is I can
So I think the druid has a specific power for that, if I remember correctly.
I do. Give me a
cool. There you go. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, I want a tea party. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Sorry. I don't need to eat or drink.
I mean, I don't know. Have you guys heard about this evil fucking dungeon? I don't know if you've heard about this terrible tomb.
Okay, I believe this is what I can use.
She can spout, baby spouts.
Nice.
All right. Well, that is everybody can spout. Everybody can spout, baby.
They can spout.
But
Lore.
you and
Okay,
me,
I'm
we can go
I'm
out and spout with
trying
the
to
animals. We can
remember.
go talk to the peeps on the ground, dog.
Okay, so you spouting lore about the forest, or are you trying to?
Or this one.
Okay. You can understand any native animal. Okay, so this would actually be a parlay, I think. Or no, sorry, this is a. What is that move called? 1 second. This is a.
I don't have to roll with that. I don't know why it automatically
Why
rolls.
does it
Maybe I should turn
look
that off.
so weird?
But yeah, I want to go and
I'm gonna treat this as discern realities is what I was looking for.
So is this something like I could maybe assist her since we're talking to all the
parfait?
animals? We're both talking to animals, birds, and shit. And
Yeah, you can assist her if you want. Yeah. What do you?
Skeeter's out, obviously talking to the bears.
Okay.
You know, Skeeter.
So you talk to the animals. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. So Veranza, you get to choose. You rolled a 9. So you get to choose one of the items from the list I pasted in the chat, and you can ask that question.
I automatically get a 10.
Oh, you auto?
Oh, you do?
What?
Okay.
Oh no.
Let me get her assist, and then she'll be a 10. How? I mean, it's all about we're talking to the animals. We're kind of cruising the area.
Okay, but it looks like you fail your roll to assist, didn't you?
I didn't. I mean, wild empathy isn't a roll. It's just I know it. It has nothing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead and make your roll.
Understand animals. Well, if it is a roll, then I guess I did roll there. So you probably should take the first roll I rolled.
So you can add your wisdom to that. What does that come out to?
Oh, that would only be a 6, so that'd be a fail.
Yeah. So.
All right, never mind. I will take an experience.
I'm gonna say that you've only recently learned to speak with animals, and not you, Rufus.
Oh.
Rufus has only recently learned to speak with animals, and Rufus, these animals speak an older language than the ones that you've learned with, and so you cannot understand them.
You mean my hick accent isn't getting through?
No.
That really hurts.
You could try speaking louder and see if it helps.
Yes, no, I'll yell. Next
You'll
time.
yell, and
The forest goes silent.
Glare at you and be like, "Excuse me."
You find so most of the forest mostly goes silent except for a tree snake which approaches you, Veranza, and you can speak to it. So what do you say to it?
And I choose from one of those.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Remember, we're looking for the tomb. That's
right. That's what I'm.
Our objective.
I'm gonna do these things, and I start doing the Harry Potter, snake speak, whatever it is, and I basically say
Parcel tongue.
Parcel tongue. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would be like, you know that the forest and the marshes are endangered. However, we are looking for an underground area that has been inhabited by dead humans. What should we be on the lookout for?
The serpent tells you there are lots of nice places underground here. I could show you some burrows, places where creatures hide, where I like to hunt. But the place where the humans were is not a place you should go. There is a coldness there. It's uncomfortable, strange. There is a feeling of the otherworldly. It tells you. There's it tells you that there's a section of the forest that is cold, where everything is different, where there's no birds or living animals or other things, and he says there are strange creatures, strange powers that lurk in that place.
Okay.
And it says I can take you to the edge of that domain.
We would be greatly appreciative.
What will you give me? It's a long way.
It is.
Snakes are pretty small. A bit of food is not much.
Yeah, I was gonna say I take one of my rations back.
Okay, so this will be a parlay. So you're gonna roll plus charisma.
It's a ration.
Yep,
it
I
will
got it.
definitely die. This snake, if it eats a whole ration, definitely gonna die.
That's why I said partial.
Oh, Kath, I thought you're like pushing an MRE down its throat.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay. He says, let me try it first.
Okay.
You give him some of the ration.
Yeah.
He says, all right. I'll lead you, and then you give me the rest of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he starts to slither off into the forest. He doesn't move particularly quickly, but it's a little hard for the party to keep up aside from Veranza because he's moving through under roots and through deep bushes and, thorns and things like that and thickets. You guys have to kind of crash through and
We get a POV
clear cut
shot,
after him.
from his
So
back.
somebody who's first in your marching order?
Well, it
She
would
is.
be
She's
me
clearly
because
following.
I have to follow the snaky.
Okay,
Time
so
afterwards so that
how do
they can
you-
yell out weird snaky sounds
Nice.
in case we get lost?
So Veranza, how do you navigate these kind of natural obstacles that the snake has no trouble going over?
Well, I am born of the earth. And ever since I was a wee child, I have learned the ways of all of the animals and how they move and how they are able to get through the world.
Okay, so are you slithering through the brushes like a snake? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, it's more like black ops stealthy,
Okay.
like
Um,
acrobatic, like now you see me, now you don't.
Okay, so if you want to direct the rest of the party to move as you move, you can make a wisdom roll.
This is really beginning to piss me off.
Oh, by the way, if I didn't mention it before, if you fail a roll, don't forget to mark an experience point at any point.
I don't think that I failed a rule.
No, I needed to say that.
Believe me,
I forgot about
did
it earlier.
not forget that. I tell you once and twice. God, last session I was failing constantly.
Okay, so this
Alright.
wisdom roll is mainly to see how fast you
Yeah.
guys travel.
No. I had dark mode on for roll 20. And when it does that, it blacks, you can't see any of the text on anybody's rolls. So I had to turn off dark mode for me to see what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh, that's fine. There you go. Okay. So you navigate the party through the forest. The party makes a surprisingly good time for having a person with you who's not a wilderness person at all. You do have kind of essentially two guides and one city person. But
Trying to keep him from light the place on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you guys make your way through and kind of tug him along, and you slip through quickly and quietly. And at one point, the snake looks off to the east for a moment and then quickly goes to ground, just disappears. You, with your fearbulk senses, Rufus, you hear something coming from the direction where the snake was looking. There's this like vibration in the ground. There's like a deep rhythmic thrum. What do you do?
Ooh, oh, that's hot. Okay. Well, I immediately stop moving because I've got the camouflage trait, so enemies cannot see me while I'm not moving in natural
Nice.
background. And I
Although,
presumably would whisper or maybe make a hand signal to the druid to stop her forward movement. She might be several.
Oh, I've already
several
stopped
steps in.
because the snake disappeared. The
Ah,
moment I
okay,
didn't
right,
see
right.
anything, I immediately stopped.
Okay,
All
so
right, so I just at least just before I freeze, I make a signal to Drum Stoker to not light any fires, at least for the next few seconds, and then I of course scan and try to assess where this came from,
okay,
and why we're about to die.
So this would be a discern realities, and I would also like Dram, since you're the loud, clumsy city person here, roll defy danger dex to see how stealthy you are.
Oh no!
Oh,
We all loved you, my city boy. We love you, city
We
boy.
love you. Please
Oh, I
don't
got
do
a
it.
10. Come on. I love him.
Nice.
I take care of him. I love my poor city boy. We're going to teach him. We're going to teach him the ways. Oh, me and V. We're
Yeah.
going to teach him how to make fires with sticks. Oh, man. He's going to pet so many small mammals. Oh,
Better not light any of them on fire.
absolutely not. It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Did we lose
This
our
fire would make the greatest blaze ever known.
Gotta be
I'm
true.
sure.
Okay, so we got a 10 on discern realities.
Fire.
That's pretty good. And then Dram, how did you do on yourself?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Wait, I didn't roll my stealth.
Yes, you're gonna roll
Stealth?
dexterity, defy danger, dexterity.
He's saying you're a city boy and you're not quite as
Did I
quiet.
not? Oh, this is a different defy danger. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, you get an extra experience point.
Uh-oh.
That's fun.
I've been seen.
Egads. Can I ask my sweet questions?
Yes, go for it.
All right, you rock. So of course, what is about to happen?
Okay. So the thundering, there's some very large creature, and actually because because of your camouflage, you can pretty much stand upright and just look at it, where the other guys are like crouching down trying to hide. And so you actually see this thing coming. Let me see if I can bring up the image.
All right,
Second.
try not to shiver.
You
Try not to
see me
shiver.
working.
It'll ruin my camouflage if I shiver.
Yeah.
I suck my testicles inside my body.
Egads.
I go
Sorry,
to
just to pull the picture into roll 20.
-3
for a
Celsius
second.
and I shrink.
Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh, a little bit more.
Okay.
That's
guys
old school. Holy
You guys
shit.
should see this. Do you guys see the pop up in roll 20?
God, that's a weird beard. Is he a
Yeah,
tree
so
man?
you see this guy lumbering through the forest towards where you are, and he stops for a moment and stands so still that he almost like looks like a tree from a distance. Like he's not quite like an ent, but he sort of has that aspect. You can see how his beard is kind of like root-like or branch-like.
Yeah.
He kind of just blends in, camouflages himself, much like Rufus does. But Rufus, you've seen him, because he's that loud noise that he makes going through the forest is kind of hard to miss. And you spot him, you see him hiding, and he's looking around, trying to figure out where the sound from Dram came from. And Dram like shifts down, trying to like get lower and be harder to be seen. And the forest giant, you can see his eyes lock on the motion of the bush that Dram brushed against when he tried to crouch down. What do you do?
All right. I say, Dram. Bro, just don't move.
What?
Don't move. Ow.
Forest giant starts lumbering in your direction. Boom. Boom.
Oh shit!
Boom. What do you guys do?
All right, wait. Let me ask my other questions. Let me
Yeah, go for it.
get my questions. All right. So, what should I be on the lookout for besides the obvious tree man coming to kill me? Is there anything else here?
So if you look way back, you kind of surveying the whole scene, you look way back in the trees with your Fearbolg vision, through these narrow gaps in the branches and things, and about 100 yards off you can see that there's another one wandering kind of in a different direction nearby. You think that there might be more of them?
I Furbolg curse under my breath and whispering.
Furbolg, damn it.
Fuckbolg.
Whoa.
God,
Okay, do you want to use your third question?
And my third question would be, God, they probably already both get shit. God, is there anybody else that's sneaking up? This might be lost. There might not be anybody there, but I'm really worried about somebody being behind us. I'm gonna do what here is not what it appears to be. I see the two.
Oh boy, okay.
The two tree men. We see the two them. Is there anything else that we're not seeing?
Let me think about it for a second.
Might be a waste. I'm just
Yeah. So you, I guess what's your first? Let me ask you what is your impression of these guys? What's your first thought when you see them?
Plant, natural danger. I'm a ranger, something I've been taught about. I heard about it when
Okay.
I was a child, but never believed in it. And now I know it's real and it's blowing my mind. What comes out?
Okay, so you might think of it as sort of like like an elemental creature or like a beast, but you see it turn and it kind of hoots something at the other forest giant back in the trees. And the forest giant hoots back, and you don't understand their language, but you could tell that they're intelligent, like people.
Oh fuck, guys! They're gonna call bad. They're gonna call the forest on us. This is not good. This is not good.
Um,
I whisper. God, I don't know if surrounded is the right term, but their community.
Yeah. So so far, it looks like
I gotta get in my
their
head
party
for
is
it.
is there
east.
any way? Do I understand it?
You can make me a spout lore wisdom.
They're not animals; they're plants. Do you speak?
Actually, I'll call this intelligence. Sorry.
I don't know if I speak.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
I don't speak plant.
Okay, yeah, you absolutely you know that the old tongue of the forest is one of the earliest tongues of the Druid Circle. Is one of the first things that you learned.
Okay. And what are they saying to each other?
So you one of them says, "There's something over here, prey creature, I think, on the ground." And he says, "I'll check it out." And the other one says, "I'll look for others." And he starts kind of circling around, like a perimeter around the area where the first one is headed.
Okay. So
And
I
then
go,
the second one says, "See if you can flush them out." And he starts circling around to the west of you guys. The other giant's coming in at you from the east.
all right. So you got one from the west, one from the east.
Yeah. So the one from the west is kind of lying in ambush, but you guys know where he is because you have very excellent
Right.
forest vision.
So we can maybe try to escape to the south. Because we don't want to go north.
Okay.
North is where we came from.
Yeah, so just to give you guys an idea of the terrain, it's like a very thick. You guys are on the forest floor, so you've got a high canopy overhead, and there's sort of like moderately thick, scrubby, dead-ish, like brambly undergrowth down here all along the forest floor, and it kind of there's like hills and ravines that are all overgrown by these kind of thorny thickets here and there, and there's like a little ways to the south of you there's an area that's like a channel that was carved out, into like a little stream, so there's kind of like there's a downhill, there's like a little bit of ravine at south of you guys.
So what I'm going to go... So since I understand the language, I will turn to Rufus.
Ooh, sorry.
I'm turning to you and I say, make fucking sure the two of you don't move.
Okay, so you say that's Rufus, and then what are you doing?
I mean,
I'm going to go engage and try to talk to the guy and see what enemies are they looking for.
Okay.
All right. I make the tiniest of kissing noises because nodding would be against her orders.
Yes.
Okay, so you approach. How do you approach this thing? It's lumbering towards you, like like raising his fist, like it's gonna go, like almost as if it's reaching down into a stream to try to catch a trout or something.
Right, and I will. Let me see. Is this the one that I need? So since I understand that, okay.
Do creatures of the wild include plant creatures?
Yes. So this creature is included in the creature of the wild. It is a.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yes.
Cool. Oh my god. What
I
animal
think what I
studied? Sorry.
I think what I want to do is it by nature stained? No. Basically, I am going to take the wisdom that I learned since it is the first language that I've learned. I must know a shit ton about what these are, right?
Yeah. Well, you can spout lore if you want to know more about what they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you learned about the history of the world when you learned about creation and the history of the world. Forest Heart is one of the first things that comes up because it's the oldest forest in the world, as we've established. And the forest giants did not grow up in Forest Heart. They originally grew up in another forest to the north, a nameless forest, which is now known as the Dire Marsh, that was raised by the Trow thousands of years ago. So they emigrated to this forest as refugees, and they've taken root here. You know that they are fierce foes, hated ancestral enemies of the Trow. They are suspicious of anyone who carries metal armor, metal weapons, because of their dealings with the Trow and the Trow's particular affinity for iron tools and weapons. And they
do they have like a government, an organization? Are they a possible ally in the war?
I have
my ideas.
Yeah, they sort of have a loose organization of like familial clans, and they also have a great respect for nature.
Oh,
Perfect.
Girl, let's make friends, girl.
So, as a druid, I do not have any steel on me.
Okay, fair enough.
So, I will approach and obtain their. I will use the ways that we were taught growing up in the forest during that time, how to approach and communicate with these.
You've got moves.
Okay, yeah. So
in this game, you've got parlay. You're
yeah. So give me some lore. What does that approach look like? What's the formal way to approach them?
The formal way to approach them, especially when it is a youngling, as they call us, right?
Okay, cool.
When a youngling is to greet one of the benevolent ones, they will take their staff and raise it over their heads, and they will start to do a haka.
So that's like a dance, yes?
Yeah, it's. Have you ever seen? Oh, let me get the YouTube.
I mean, I don't know if you want to do a haka. That's like a war dance. I mean, that would be like
I had tiki torches.
No,
I do not want to do a haka right now. There's nothing.
No, I said haka like. I want to give them, but it is a sign of respect for them.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so
it's not Earth. I like the way that it moves. It is a good thing in my life.
All right, you're awesome. You're awesome. You can talk to anybody. Say whatever you like.
So I approach them with this dance to get their attention, so that they know I am not prey.
Okay, so you appear and he like raises his fist to grab you. Then you start doing this dance and he freezes still like a tree, and there's this look of astonishment that slowly crosses over his face. His big green eyes light up, and he stares at you and he says, "Youngling, what do you know of the ancient ways?"
I say, benevolent one, as I do not know your given name. I have been taught in the ways to commune with nature, and we ask for your assistance.
Okay. He says my given name is says I am pine tooth of the many branches of the west clearing.
It is a pleasure. And then as
Grown in
he
the third winter.
in the third winter, I'll say, and then I will do a traditional kowtow as he gives me the name, and then I introduce myself. Forenza, bringer of the flames, and tamer of the serpents, at your service.
He says, we apologize for disturbing you. We mistook you for dinner. And he kind of broadly smiles and he says, who's over there with you? And he looks over at the bushes where those guys are hiding.
Idiot 1 and idiot 2 over there? Okay.
You must introduce them, he says.
And I literally like forget myself for a second and I go, idiot 1 and idiot 2. Forgive me.
Oh, gosh.
The Pine Tooth says, those are strange names.
Oh, I'll say, well, I can introduce myself. I'm Rufus the Ranger, and this is my best friend, Skeeter the Bear. It's
He looks-
a pleasure to
he
make
looks
your
at-
acquaintance, sir, at your service. And I move forward to, I don't know if there's a greeting from the old school, but I'd shake his hand.
The forest giant looks at Rufus and says, why does this one chirp like a bird but not make bird sounds?
It
Well,
is
sometimes I do. I must admit, I do enjoy bird sounds. They are a lovely, familiar sound. I love a bird song from time to time. Do you not? I'm going to take that as a compliment, sir.
It clearly doesn't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you
Pine
just.
Tooth, I gotta tell you, you got an ear for music, and I appreciate that. It's a pleasure to meet you, Pine Tooth.
Oh, so you kind of genuflect or something, I'm imagining?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, yeah, so you...
maybe I even do the holy symbol of word.
You
and
so it says a bunch of words that you don't understand, but you very clearly hear somewhere in there is the phrase "idiot 1."
Mm-hmm.
You think it's a greeting?
I'm number 1. Did you hear that? I'm number 1. Ichiban. That's what they tell me in their culture. I'm Ichiban.
And it rumbles at... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, and then I was like, and you, Flamey McFlamerson?
It's so the forest giant rumbles at the other and he says, "Idiot 2." And he says, why have they brought metals into my forest? Into our forest?
And I say to him, we have
I guess I have metal arrowheads. Is that the only metal I have on me?
I'm imagining you have like knives and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible, I guess.
So,
I don't have it marked on my sheet, but it's possible I do.
So this is I might... Can I get into some lore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are we spouting? Are you?
I'm spouting. I have
ideas. What can
Go
I
for
assist her? I don't even know. Do I have to roll for an assist? I can't even remember.
Well, we'll see what she wants to spout, and then we'll decide if it's worthy of a roll.
What I'm saying is,
well, let's see it, baby.
We have been given a task to locate an artifact down here.
Well, no, locate a tomb. We don't know what artifacts there are there. We just got to find the tomb. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't say a word. I'm over here being very quiet and calm. I'm looking at the ground.
We're looking for an artifact, and because we know that this may be causing the same rot from where you're from, and we want to try to stop it.
He says, how could this be? He rumbles and thinks, and the other one comes thundering over and joins you, and he introduces himself and he says, this is Larch Covet of the also of the West Grove.
Third winter.
The 38th winter.
38th winter. Thank you. I give the typical greetings and again to them as well. And then I said, when communing with my brethren, the snake, I was advised that there are parts of this forest that are decaying.
He says, yes, the dark has taken up residence. It is a forbidden place to us, but you may go there, he says. Be careful. The spirits there are strange, and they are creatures of the shadow that would deceive you, that would pull you down, that would steal the very life out of your bodies. They're not creatures of the flesh that you can fight, like the Trow.
I thank you for your warnings. Is there anything that we can do for you? Too many tabs open in my brain. If there is anything that we can do in thanks for the information you have provided, please let us know.
We shall think on this.
We must continue on our journey. And can they point us in the direction?
Yeah, so they point you to the way to the tomb, although they won't go there.
Right.
And the snake also, once you guys kind of leave once those guys have left the vicinity, the snake also leads you again.
Okay.
And you guys head towards the more southerly part of the forest, where the individual little streams that run all through the forest, where the rainfall is gathered, start to converge into slightly larger, streams and creeks, and eventually run into this river that runs down into the whatever this body of water is called. Yeah, so you sort of as you're getting into that territory where it starts to turn from streams into rivers, there is the snake comes upon this place. It says, it's cold here, I don't want to go in here. And you see that the forest is alive, but different. The plants there are stranger, wilder, newer than the old growth trees and thorns of forest heart. And there is a feeling of like a chill about this place, that permeates all through the air. There's like a heavy fog that sits over this whole area, and nothing stirs within.
I cuddle up to Drum, basically going, "You're keeping me warm."
I'm gonna ignite a little bit to create some heat.
Okay. Yeah, so you create a flame, and you guys go for warmth. You travel into this darkened forest, and you sort of follow the riverbed, and soon you start to find signs of ancient construction, like ruins, like here and there. Like every so often you find a stone that's worked stone, or you find a
So like in WoW, like when you're going from or New World. Okay.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, so you start to find little bits of ruin here and there, and you come upon a temple. Let me pull it up. Okay, I haven't loaded it into Roll20. Give me like 2 minutes, guys. Okay. Actually, so we'll narrate while I'm waiting for this. So you come upon this temple, and there are, it's kind of this like area where there's rivers and ravines all around, and it's very shadowy and dark down here, and there are these kind of strange lights that float over the water, and you think you can see things moving through the trees as you draw closer to this place.
Can I shapeshift into my fire lion dragon?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll your shapeshift.
Please and thank you.
Yep.
So this is my first time ever doing a druid.
Okay.
So I'm glad it's like a simpler version, I think.
Yeah, compared to D&D for sure.
Yeah, so shapeshifter. Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm importing the map from Dungeon Alchemist.
Yeah, because Ender and I actually started a save in Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, nice.
And it got me into that. And I anytime that I play like that or Monster Hunter, I'm like the close up bash you in the face. So I feel like that for this one, I'm like, I want to try something different.
Nice. Mm.
Oh, we have
Oh,
like
here
a
we go.
little family of like barn mice that live in our basement.
Yeah.
Narga's having fun.
Nice.
Lurks.
Almost done with the import.
Problem.
Okay.
So
Let me turn on the lighting.
I'm just crocheting a granny square.
Okay. And then
Mm-mm-mm.
all right, you guys should see darkness now, hopefully.
Yes, it
Okay,
is
I'll fix that
dark.
momentarily.
Dare you?
Where were you guys last? You were last on the Silver Creek map, I think.
The map.
Right. Yeah, but I didn't move all the pogs over, so actually no, okay. I will take it from the map. Never mind. Uh mm, okay. I think that's everybody, and then okay, can you guys see now?
Barely.
Yes.
Nobody
Okay,
yet.
perfect. So
Is that a Skeeter joke?
is any of you guys carrying a light source? If so, I will mark it on your pog.
I am a light source.
Right, you're carrying the
And
fire,
I'm a
so
light source.
okay, let me
Sweet.
mark your
Are
light
you really?
source.
God, you guys are nifty. Do
I'm
furballs
a
have dark
fire
vision like elves, or do
lion
furballs not have
dragon.
dark vision?
We'll head take care of the lion dragon in a second. Okay, so Fearbroke, do you have dark vision? You should be able to see everything in blue with your dark vision
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank
up
you.
to like 60 feet. Okay. Okay, and now Dram has a torch, so you guys can see that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Mm,
See,
I don't even
yes.
see Dram, but I see us.
maybe Dram's off the map or something. How's that?
I don't see a torch.
No, the torch is him. I just put it on his character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, so you guys can move around the board now, and then now we'll take care of the shape shifting. So you rolled an 8, so you hold 2. And you're playing a dragon lion, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And I guess I can list any number of powers, and you get to use
I'm
2 of
gonna
them,
cast
right?
spell.
So okay, so I'm going to say you can breathe one element of your choice from the standard dragon elements. What element is it going to be?
Breathe it, dog.
Fire.
Okay, so you breathe fire. You can attack with teeth and claws. You can fly, and you can stalk and pounce. So those are
Okay.
your 4 powers that you can use, and you can roar. That's 5.
Okay.
Nifty.
And I get to choose 2, right?
Choose 2.
Yeah, so those are the 5 moves you can do. You spend 1 hold to make a move. So you can use 2 of those powers, and then you revert back to your normal form.
Got it. Okay.
Or you have to make another roll at least.
Yeah, it's like a I think I fucked up somewhere. Sorry, I was doing a granny square. Okay, so it's a spell slot basically.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are coming into here, and then let's try this. Okay, perfect. You guys see things? Can you guys see this thing?
If I knew it,
Let me give it a little bit of light. Hold
I'm
on.
not sure what you mean. Do you see this thing?
you know. Oh, okay. You did something in the.
Okay, yeah, I saw the ping.
Okay.
Okay.
You see these kind of
Yes,
floating
I see
lights
the
out
thing
here over the
there,
water.
yes, I see it. I see it. I see it.
What do you do?
I cast a spell and attack. Skeeter starts charging. We make sure we fuck this thing up, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you charge. What are the other 3 of you guys doing as he charges?
Following so he doesn't die.
Okay. So you guys can go ahead and move your tokens.
Stop.
I mean, do we have any Well, never mind.
Do we have any indication that they're hostile?
No, not what I was thinking, but I appreciate it. I hug you for your appreciation as well, madam. Thank you. God, I'm gonna live for another week for that, love. All right, let's go. Kill.
Okay, so go ahead and move your tokens.
Oh my gosh.
But we're moving tokens. All right. I don't know how far I can move, so I'll just move.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, probably 5, 6, 7 squares, something along those lines. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my, that's fine and dandy like sour candy. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah. So you guys charge, and then Veranza, you're also charging as your dragon form, and then Dram, what are you doing as these guys are charging?
I think I'm gonna create other fireflies as defense.
Okay, all right, nice. We'll resolve that last because we'll resolve the spellcasting last. So
Right.
Rufus and Dram are spellcasting, right? So V and Skeeter. So you guys come in first. Skeeter the Bear is charging. As Skeeter charges, though, this thing starts to float away out over the water, and Skeeter goes along the shore to try to get it, and it keeps moving away. And he's about to dive into the water to go get it. Veranza, what do you do?
All right, wait.
I say
Before he chased it, I would tell him to stop
Okay.
right here, and I would start making the move to cast. I guess magic weapon or bless. I guess.
Okay. So
I mean, he's
excuse me?
physical? I mean, the form doesn't
can
seem
I-
like smoke like last.
it's sort of like this sort of ethereal, faint, very faint, shimmering greenish light that floats over the water.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. All right. Well, then I will. I certainly Skeeter don't chase, and I start focusing to cast magic weapon on my bow. Whenever that happens is reasonable.
Okay, yeah. So you start casting that. We'll roll for that in a second. V, what are you doing?
I am telling. Is Skeeter gonna listen to me if I tell him to stop?
No. He's already stopped. I've
I
already.
meant Rufus.
It would be like, oh, Rufus.
Sorry.
I'm a player character. How dare? No, what do you want me to do?
Stop.
Well, I mean, I'm not diving into the water.
Yes, but you're casting a a spell when you might not need to.
You feel like this is not all right? Well, maybe it's not hostile. You're telling me this is not a
Yes,
hostile entity.
this may not be hostile.
All right, she puts a hands on my chest, and I,
Okay, so
I
you stop.
will, I'll blame it on her if anything goes
Yeah,
wrong.
just
Come on,
blame it
let's
on
do
me.
it. No, that's fine. I hold back. Skeeter, come here. It's all right, buddy. We're all cool. Skeeter.
All right.
Okay, so you guys hold back. Drama, you still casting your fireflies?
I mean, I call out to it in as many animal languages that I know. I
Okay,
keep
yep.
trying to communicate with it. Hey, please, we're not your enemy.
Okay,
I
so
call
you're
out in another animal language. As many,
okay.
I
Yeah.
keep
All right. So
saying
you're
hi.
calling out to it. So I'm gonna decide the next thing in the sequence because the order combat goes by narrative is Drams. You're casting the fireflies. Go ahead and roll your Zuko style.
All right. Can I use defend? Maybe. I think it's does it count as a
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So you can roll defend using your wisdom instead of your con if you'd like.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, that would mean that I would have +1 instead of a -1.
Okay, so that would give you a 9. It looks like. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you summon these glowing little fireflies that kind of fly out over the water. I'll see if I can find a pog for them in a minute. I'm trying to upload one more picture here. Give me 1 second.
Narga has now made it almost impossible for me to crochet while I'm doing this.
Here we go. Okay.
You green beret crochet. I appreciate you, madam.
I appreciate you too, Skeeter.
There we go. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys can see this properly.
Skeeter loves you.
I'm gonna blow this up for a second so you guys can see it, but it's human sized. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are at an impasse. So you're talking with a minute. You're talking for a minute, and you're kind of at an impasse with these things as they're floating around you, almost curiously, but staying just out of reach. And Rufus is trying to talk to them. They don't seem to respond. And then that lady appears, and she raises her arms and starts this kind of low howl, and green energy starts to form in the palms of her hands. And then all these guys start to move forward. What do you guys do?
Totally blame you for this, Veranza. This is totally your fault.
Okay, so
what happens if we back up?
I mean,
you guys can retreat back.
All right. Any move is any move. All right. We're not surrounded. We've still got a full arc here.
Right.
Maybe we could support our fire mage to fireball them. I don't. All right. She's already run away.
No, but what I'm
Why?
saying is if
Who's
we
moving my
move.
bear? How dare you move my bear? How dare? All right. Sorry.
Okay, so you guys.
Hey.
I'm just being goofy. I'm sorry.
I know you are, and it's fine. This is how I like our groups. However, 2 options. We can move back to see if they follow us off of the water. And if that's the case, if they don't, we can just kind of move along, like north.
I gotta tell you, I feel like this is an encounter. This is something the DM is presuming we're going to have to defeat. I don't think we can walk away from this and it's going to go away. I mean, I would hope that if I was in real life. In IRL, I would run, but
So one of the rules of the game is treat your characters as if they are real. So, and the world as if it's real. So if you were a real person, you would do this in this situation, then do it.
All right, be my guest and run.
Okay,
No,
you guys.
I will just be like, but wouldn't Rufus be like, in the real world, he would just fire on it, right?
That's up to you. Okay, so we're just gonna start going around because you guys don't have time to sit here for 5 minutes and discuss this. So, yeah. V, what are you doing?
I am I'm gonna
I mean,
use.
you can do discern
Okay, it's
realities
V's.
and
It's
find out what their weaknesses.
Okay.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
smart, you're wise.
yeah.
If
Let
you
me
can
do the
discern
discern
realities with
reality.
your
Okay, yeah,
wisdom,
that's fair.
you can tell us what's
All right.
wrong. Or what to
Go
do.
ahead and use your one question.
I mean, what weakness they got? Is there anything? Well, yeah. What's useful, valuable? What's yeah.
Uh, yeah. What here is useful or valuable to me?
Here's
Have
useful
any
or
weaknesses?
valuable to you. That's
Like-
tough. I would say the most valuable thing in this circumstance is Rufus's magic weapon spell because these things are incorporeal.
Oh, fuck me in the goat ass. All right, so I am magical, but doing it again is. I could maybe do it one more time.
So fire might also work.
Oh, good. That's good. All right, we're all right. We're all right. We can do this. We can do this, girl. That was solid. That
Okay,
was
so
solid.
so V, you're assessing these things, and they're very clearly like you're not sure about these floating light things, but this one that's coming up on you from the swamp is very clearly like an undead, ghostly creature of some kind.
Okay,
Um,
so I just go fire at the creepy lady.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and volley.
You're talking to me or her?
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
you roll volley. Deal your damage.
Oh, what a roll! Nice. Just fucking crushing it.
Okay, and this is. Oh, sorry. You your bow have any special properties?
I don't have. I don't. Why? This is why I'm asking.
Oh, right. You're doing the
I have to use a hold.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you can use a hold to breathe
I'm
fire.
gonna
So
use
this.
fire breath.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this is a damage for your fire breath then.
Okay.
So you deal 6 damage to this thing. So it shrieks and flails and whirls about, and the flames definitely seem to be having an effect on it. Dram, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to the fireflies that I created.
Yep.
For defensive purposes. I'm going to have them slowly hover towards the other flies.
Okay.
And then when one of
Flower
them makes
flies.
contact with a firefly, I'm going to close my fist and it's going to like burn and incinerate the other one.
Okay. Let's call that a Zuko style. Go ahead and try to burn one of them.
Nezuko style. I love it.
Okay. Short-lived effects. So the firefly will go out when it does this. Roll your damage.
All right.
Is that who you like? Did you base on Bromstroker and Zuko?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna say you burn away sort of half of its essence, and it's kind of stunned momentarily as you kind of take pieces out of its spiritual form, but it's not like destroyed. Let's see. There was Rufus. What are you doing?
Well, obviously, I'm using my magical bow to
Go for it.
exterminate these evil spirits.
Okay, which thing are you targeting?
That's a good point, honestly. I mean, does it feel like this thing is commanding them in any way, or is it he's just?
Well, they definitely started behaving differently when that thing appeared, but you haven't seen it like talk to them or gesture to them or anything like that.
Yeah.
You can spout lore if you want to know more about it.
Would I lose my action?
No.
All right, I'll spout lore as a cleric-y ranger. 7 E. All right, maybe just a single question. What is it?
Okay. Tell you something interesting. Okay, so these are called Lich. They are a group of sorceresses from a remote. They were once a group of sorceresses from a remote village during the Age of Reason. They were viewed as dangerous amongst the townsfolk for studying the magical arts and practicing powerful rituals. In the midst of the great cleansing, the magic users were tossed into the village well to drown for their execution. Centuries later, their screams for vengeance were heard by Balal the Watcher, who resurrected their dead spirits to serve as commanders in his undead army. The Lich are also known to guard the crypt of Mazzarin.
I mean, so good candidates for marriage?
I mean,
You want to try to parlay with it?
Oh my! All right, Shit. Oh, fuck me. All right. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? I feel if you take out the boss here, it would have made a difference. But that
That's what we've been
spout
hitting
there-
on.
Yeah, but the spout there did not seem to go with it. I'll stick with it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I will. I mean, Skeeter will charge. Maybe he doesn't have, but he is my instrument of destruction, and so I hope he will be magicified.
Okay.
And here I go with my volley and my extra D4 of damage. Come here, baby. All right, a 9 hits. We're gonna roll
Okay.
my damage before I hate myself. Here we
Yep.
go. This plus a D4 is. Come here, you.
Okay. And did you already roll for the magic weapon spell?
Oh yeah, that's way back. I got
Okay.
magic weapon from like 2 turns ago. So that's actually hardcore. That's fucking wow. All right, that's 13 possible damage
All right. Okay. So
without the bear.
okay. So unfortunately, the bear is not enabling you to actually damage it because it's incorporeal.
That's all right.
So you're just doing your straight
13
damage.
13 is pretty dope. All right.
Okay. So
That's I mean, all right.
you roll. So then it's a 5, right? Or does the magic weapon add to the damage?
Yeah, the magic weapon adds the damage, so that's
Oh,
13.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where you came up with the 13 because I see you rolled a 5 and then you rolled a 4, which I guess is a magic weapon.
Oh, I'm looking at the damage from the 9. You're right. I got to roll damage and then add the 4. I'm
Yeah. So you rolled the damage there, which is a 5.
class damage was
And then-
5. So
okay,
total
so
of 9.
You're dealing in 9, right? Okay.
9. I'm sorry,
Okay. So
it's-
your arrow actually pierces the heart of this creature and it shrieks and kind of disintegrates in midair and disappears.
Do the buggies stop?
But buggies do not stop. I'm gonna say one of them moves forward. Okay, this one is kind of tangled with your fireflies and it's stunned.
Sorry about the confusion there, man. That was
That's okay. This one's gonna move forward and try to grab you, Veranza. What do you do?
I'm gonna use my other hold and use the swipe claw.
Okay. I'm gonna call that a defy danger strength.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. So you can't hurt this thing with your claws because they're non-magical. Even though your fire can hurt it, but the claws do not. So you swipe at this thing, your claw goes through it, and you see that it's gonna reach onto you anyway. But you can basically backpedal away from it and get it away. Your claw kind of disrupts it just enough to give you like a couple seconds to back away from you. But if you do that, it's going to go straight for Rufus. Do you want to allow that, or do you want to take the hit for him?
I deserve it. Give it to me. Give it to me, darling. I deserve it. I'm not sure why, but I know I feel I deserve it.
I have a really interesting thought about this.
Okay.
So I'll take the hit.
Okay.
But I want to grapple it.
Okay. So first roll me
because you said my claw went through it. So
okay.
As it comes to me, I'll take the damage, but I will sink my claws in deeper.
Okay, so it's going to deal its damage. Let me roll that. So it kind of latches onto you and starts to drain your life essence. You take 2 damage, ignoring armor, and you start to feel a little bit weaker as your life force is like drawn out of your body physically. Roll me you've used your 2 holds at this point, so roll me shape change if you want to maintain your current form.
Mm-hmm. You mean shapeshift?
Yes, shapeshift.
I was like, please don't tell me there's another thing.
No, sorry.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you get 3 more holds. So you're gonna try to grapple this thing. I'm gonna say And I mean, being a shapeshifter, I'm gonna say you can use one of your shapeshifting holds to hold on to it, because you can modify your with your roll of 11, you can modify your body to be able to hold it. If that
Perfect.
makes
I'll
sense.
do that.
Okay. So you use one of your holds for that. Rufus, so that thing's latched onto her, or she's latched onto it. You're not sure which. They're both screaming at each other. The bear's getting approached by two of these things. Dram, your Firefly is going to stand in defense of one of them. Go ahead and make your stand in defense roll for the Firefly. Okay. Pick one of those options if you want to defend the bear.
Can I deal damage to the attacker equal to my level?
Yes. What's your level?
5.
Okay, it dies.
Nice.
So the Firefly collides with it, and it sort of covers
Yeah.
Skeeter's hide as the thing comes in, and the Firefly incinerates that. And then Rufus, the other one's hitting your bear. What do you do?
Oh God, no, my bear! I fire my magic arrows to
Okay, give me another
destroy.
volley.
How dare you touch my sweet, sweet Skeeter? Skeeter, look out, Skeeter! Ah, it's an 8, but at least I get the extra D4 damage. All right, coming up to it. Here we go. Damage of 8 plus a
Nice.
D4.
8.
That's not bad. Oh,
9.
9
Nice. Okay.
total. But
Now,
I'll take it.
which option are you taking?
A good question. Let's see. I've got a lot of ammo this time, so I think I'm going to give up some ammo.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So you fire a couple magic arrows, and you manage to destroy this guy attacking your bear. So that leaves the stun one, and the one Veranza is grappling. Veranza, what do you want to do to the one that you're grappling? It's
I'm
gonna.
gonna fire breath it.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Just roll your damage. You can't miss at this range when you're holding it in your teeth and claws.
But I know what my damage is.
Oh, so it's your class damage.
What is that?
It's
Sorry.
it should be at the top of your character sheet in the playbook.
Yeah.
For druid, it is a
Sorry, that was too much.
D6. D6 for druid.
It is a D6. Okay,
Yep.
I had it right. I was just well. Okay, yeah. No, that says healing of D6.
So roll a D6 and then we'll see how much damage you
Okay.
do. Okay, so you you grab that one and you incinerate it. So it's using another hold from your 3 holds, and then this last one recovers and it's heading towards you, Dram. What do you do?
Yeah, I breathe fire out at this one.
Okay, Zuko style.
Got him.
Nice. Okay. Deal your damage. You get 3 damage. Okay, you finish that one off. Okay, so you guys are everything's suddenly still again, as you defeat these ghosts, and you start to see more of them light up and move from the rivers to the south towards you guys, and then you see them kind of appearing like over here and over here and over here, and there's dozens of them just slowly flowing in your direction. And then all of a sudden, they all just halt in the air. And you hear this great booming voice that says, "Come." And we will end there for tonight. Let's do the level up move.
Oh.
All right,
All
baby.
right.
Shit. What the fuck?
All right, let's do this.
All right.
Okay, so end of session. When you reach the end of the session, choose one of your bonds that you feel is resolved, completely explored, no longer relevant, or otherwise. Ask the player or the character that you have a bond with if they agree. If they do, mark XP and write a new bond with whomever you wish. Okay, does anybody resolve any of their bonds?
No,
remember
I did not.
doing this. Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah, you resolved the bond?
No. I remember this end of session thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was talking about. Like, so I know that I used to play this style with you guys before.
Right. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Okay. But no, I don't think any of my bonds. So.
okay. Nobody resolved any of their bonds. Okay, and then once the bonds have been updated, look at your alignment. So under your alignment, it should say something that you have to do in order to get XP. So what is that? Look at that thing and figure out if you fulfilled that thing. Anybody fulfilled their alignment?
Spread a dangerous new idea. Did I do that?
I freed these undead entities from figurative bonds.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah.
They are freed.
Okay, so that's an XP for Rufus.
Wait, I'm sorry. I had to remember what my
So for Druid,
good is.
the good is help something or someone grow.
Oh wait, I discovered that spread a dangerous new idea. I discovered in a vision that crystal. Could that be like spreading a dangerous new idea? And I told.
Yeah, sure. You've found out about this. Yeah, I'll give you an XP for that.
I'll take that.
And then did you help someone or something grow, Veranza?
I don't think, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Oh no,
that's
yes,
okay.
yes, I did. When I allowed Rufus to stand down.
Nice. Okay, sure. Yeah, mark XP for that. And then these ones are for everybody. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
we found so many animals we talked to, and we learned about the whole fucking way into the fucking tomb. They've basically driven us right there. We just have to fuck with these assholes. But we know where we're going now.
Okay, so you learn the way to the tomb of Mazzarin. Everybody mark experience for that. Any other important world things?
We defeat. Well, did we defeat a new creature, or does that count? I don't know if that was.
So that's actually the next one. So did you
That's the
guys?
next one.
Did you overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Yeah, with the little
yeah.
screechy lady thing.
With diplomacy, we basically.
Yeah.
We defeated a treant army with diplomacy.
Yeah, I would say you guys overcame at least 3 notable enemies this session.
Does that count as 3 XP?
Sure, why not? So everybody take 3 experience points.
Yeah, dude.
And then did we loot a memorable treasure?
Me.
Yeah, my nan gave me a dope ass fire retardant jacket.
Okay, nice. Everybody get an experience point for that.
All right, yeah, baby.
All right, and then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 6.
That's fucking
sounds good.
Definitely leveling up.
All right, so everybody, so you guys don't have downtime right now, but you can do it over the session and then use the powers as soon as you have downtime next time, because it'll be fairly early in the session next time. So if you want to do the mechanics of leveling up for next session, you can if you have enough XP.
Yeah, I don't. Not yet.
Okay. No problem. All right, and that's it for game. Thanks, everybody.
Hey guys.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the game.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night, guys.
Night, guys.
Ahmed, is there anything better than having another player take on the DM role for a while?
We're gonna wrap up the stream there. I want to say
I appreciate it. I know what it takes, and I appreciate it. I should probably jump in after you.
Yeah, sure thing. I'm having fun as long as you guys are too.
Yeah. No, that was great. Thank you.
Man. I love Powered by the Apocalypse. It's a wild system.
Yeah, me too.
I really like the system.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
All right. We're going to wrap the stream there. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to follow if you're watching on Twitch, or subscribe. It's free if you're watching on YouTube. And hopefully I will see you next Thursday night for the next episode. Take care, folks.